Pro Ball Spark. You want good words? Data languager.
Talk real sports with a real man.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And now, here's the be-all, end-all, know-it-all of high school, college, and pro sports. Aaron Skinny Count with the Skinny on Sports.
We're talking about practice, man. I'm the MVP.
Good Rother Brothers Monday out there, Western Oklahoma. Welcome to the Skinny on Sports, right here on 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal. Glad to have you along for the next hour. Get into a little bit of World Cup semifinal round coming up this week. Tomorrow, Spain and France. Wednesday, England, Argentina. And then the final is on Sunday, I believe. So we got that. The futures, Major League Baseball futures game yesterday. Kash Mayfield pitched in it. Then the Transmiss Amateur all the way back from Friday. Give you the results of that with Ryder Cowan in the mix. Try to win that 122nd playing of the Transmiss and anything else kind of that went on over the weekend. Major League Baseball is at the All-Star break as of last night. What team leading their division won't win their division? I didn't say what team leading their division will because that would be too easy.
Right.
I mean, so that was pointless. Like, who's going to hold on? Probably the Dodgers. I have a feeling the Dodgers are going to be able to hang in there in the NL West. They're 11.5 up, which that lead has shrunk with 3 straight losses. But feel comfortable. The Dodgers would be the answer. So, which team that's leading their division currently will not end up the division champ? I guess what? Oh, yeah. Well, I did the same thing twice. Oops. Anyway. Who's not a wild card right now that'll get there? Home Run Derby is tonight. Will you watch? What would make it better? I just heard an idea. It sounds awesome, except for probably in practice it wouldn't be. It was,
I've heard the wrinkle they're adding this year.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
They're always going to throw wrinkles at this thing to try to see what sticks, I think.
Yeah, and to me, that's where you start to get to the point of...
You just stop following it because they keep changing the rules.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where I'm at. I'm like, I just want to see them hit home runs. And I like the simple rules that they had, but...
You know, it would be too long.
Yeah.
They got too many guys. But the old show, the Home Run Derby show, remember that? It's like in black and white. You need to have 2 guys, and they would play 9 innings.
Okay.
And every time you hit it, every time you swung and it wasn't home run, it was an out.
Oh, okay.
See, it was like a kind of a real game. Now, the actual Home Run Derby and All-Star break has gone through a lot of different iterations. So what would make it better? What would make you more inclined to watch? Then what did you do this weekend? Now, there's lots going on this weekend. This past weekend, there's a lot going on this coming weekend around Western Oklahoma that we will be telling you about throughout the show. 225-9698 is the phone or the text line. That is 225-9698. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We'll talk about all those things or whatever else might be on your mind. Feel free to chime right in at 225-9698. If you're going to be outside the listening area, a couple ways to stay in touch with the show. Log on to kadsam.com, or you can download the app. Paragon app's got it all with radio, Penny News. Go pick up a free copy of this week's Penny News. A new one will hit the website tomorrow night at midnight at thepennynews.com. Big Elk and Paragon TV just about back. Watch it through the app. And the Skinny on Sports podcast, available anywhere podcasts drop. How are you today, Jared Atha?
I'm good. How are you? How'd your weekend?
You know, it's always a really good weekend with a sad ending.
Why?
Because we never win.
Oh, well.
We never
a weekend
win.
of golf is better than none, and it wasn't extremely hot, I'm sure.
But really?
Was it hot up there?
It wasn't too bad yesterday, but it was still The wind wasn't blowing much. It finally kind of picked up toward the middle. But it was one of those things like when we got there, kind of warming up, and you just hit a couple of putts and you're always just sweating through your shirt.
Yeah.
There wasn't any air moving. It got better as the day went on, but the old Nescatunga got there Friday.
No rain on Saturday for you? Nothing. Nothing popped up there.
It was around. I think they said some of the guys that played in the morning, they got sprinkled on a little bit, but nothing. We couldn't even. All it did was make it more humid. Quite honestly.
Yeah.
But no, that golf course was in a great shape.
Well, good. Well, people think Northwest Oklahoma and golf, they immediately go to Boiling Springs, but that Alvin 9-hole is not bad. I've only played it like maybe 3 times, but it's a nice golf course.
It's a really fun golf course to play. They've got some unique holes. The thing about the tournament is, especially on Sunday, and it's a 4-man scramble, so it makes sense and it's fine. But the pin locations are set to play. Like if you were playing your own ball, and like you said, it's a 9-holer, there's no way you would get done with the front 9 and want to go back and do it again. Because every single pin is set right on the edge of either the green or a slope, to where there was multiple times you could have like a 25-foot putt on one side of the hole, but it's going toward where it goes off, and you'd rather chip.
Oh, wow.
By leaps and bounds.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because if you miss, and there's, it's not stopping.
Yeah.
It's off. You're going to end up down there where you're chipping from anyways. So you might as well not waste that shot, depending on how, like I said, how long the putt is. But it's fun to do. It wouldn't be fun to do every day. But it's fun to do once or twice a year. Like it's almost, if you know what a superintendent's revenge tournament is, that's kind of the way they set the pins. I'm not even kidding you.
I've seen some like that where it's right on the fringe, like right.
I mean,
that's where they put the pin. I've seen that before. Not with my own eyes, but like online.
It's not that far away.
They know who's coming to play, so they're trying to make it tough.
Some Corn Ferry Tour guy was there. I mean, the amount of quality golfers, the amount of there's more.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys that's normally on our team, he's having a baby, so he didn't think he was going to play, and then the baby came early. So anyway, he's on a different team. He was like, "You know what I noticed about this?" I was like, "What? There's way more good golfers." He goes, "Yeah. When you first started coming, it was like us and 2 teams. Like there was like 3 teams that could possibly win. Now, there may still be 3 teams, but it's not the same ones."
Yeah, it's kind of reminds of a little golf tournament we have out here every June.
I know there was a couple of guys up there that played in our golf tournament, or one that was going to and couldn't make it because he qualified for a Corn Ferry Tour event.
Yeah. We, like out here, we keep getting, it's like every year we keep it, well, this guy's coming and he's played here, or he currently plays here. He's playing college golf in D1 level, and he's playing on our tournament. All kinds of cool stuff. No, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was just like I said. It's a lot of fun. It's great until the end when you go, oh well, maybe next year. And the more serious conversation for our team because of our ages is, do we need to play an A flight?
Oh, you're not there yet.
I'm afraid maybe so.
Oh, come on.
When you look back, well, like the teams we played with, you're just like, they hit it 70 yards further than us. It's hard to compete. It's really hard to compete and then you look back and there's people behind you hitting even further than the ones you're playing with.
Blame it on your rib. That's what I would.
My rib did not hurt at all. That's what I told.
No one knows that.
I told Kissling on the way. When I got there, or I may have told him the day before or something like, "Man, I'm not trying to make any excuses, but my rib." And then he's like, "So do we need to play Friday?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got to see if I can swing." And, I mean, I teed it up, and it never, I mean, not once.
Oh, good.
So that was, I must have just.
So that's gone.
I think what I've decided is when I was on last Saturday, when I was lifting myself out of the pool, I must have just kind of stretched something or strained, like the cartilage in my rib or something, because it was completely gone. I cannot use that as an excuse as much as I would like to. But I tell you what we did, and this just came up on the text line.
I keep thinking of Caddyshack where the ball hits him. Oh, my arm. My arm. Yeah, then you could just use that. My rib.
I had that. I had that ready. I had a little button where it shoot your driver up, and I just catch it.
A little TV in your bag.
But this came across the text line, and I wanted to talk about this. So everybody was fired up after we got done Saturday. Go back to Kissling's house. He always makes us a fine steak dinner with a bunch of different sides. It's delicious every time. Well, everybody's fired up about the UFC. Conor McGregor fights. And because it was free on Paramount Plus, my contribution for the weekend was, hey, I've got Paramount Plus.
I didn't know it was free on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Fired up. And so I remembered our login, and bammo, there came the fights. What do you think you would do, Jared Atha? Because I know you can get irritated at things.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. I think you can get a little irritated at different situations. So what would you say you would do if you were Mr. UFC, wanted to go watch, and let's say, I mean, I have no idea what a ticket to that would have cost. But let's just...
Yeah, apparently J-Dub was there.
And they and they put his name on the wrong guy, who apparently Dana White paid to be there.
Yeah.
Well, let's
tall, hot blonde from the WNBA was there.
Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah.
She was immediately spotted on the TV. Everybody that I was with watching this was like, oh, there's Sophie. So let's say it cost you, let's say your whole family went.
No.
The girls had...
James might enjoy it, actually.
Yeah. So they wanted to go watch UFC. Something about Conor McGregor fighting. And you paid, for the family of 4, let's say you paid $500, which I would have a hard time believing you could get in there that cheap, but let's just say you could pay $500 to get there. And, obviously fly out to Vegas but I'm just talking about just being in the stands.
Right.
How would you have felt when you saw what happened transpire?
Well, let's just put it like this. I would probably understand, knowing if I'm a Mr. UFC fan, I would probably know there's always a possibility of a dude getting knocked out 30 seconds or choked out or TKO'd in the first round.
Patty, the co-main event, Patty just choked the dude out in like 30 seconds.
I mean, it's probably understood. There's always that possibility. You want it to go the distance, but I would probably be more understanding. Now, if I'm, like I am, a novice fan and I bought tickets and that happened, I'd be like, well, that's it? Oh, do I get a refund? Do I get a rebate? Do I something? I would but again, that's the sport, That's the sport. That's how it could happen. So I think I wouldn't be happy about it, but I would probably be a little bit more understanding than what most people think I would be. Like one time, like I went to a movie years ago, back when they actually had movies on film. And they played it, and we're halfway through the movie, and you could literally see that thing burn up and clip off, and they did not give us a refund. It was halfway through the movie. I was upset then because I understood this movie is supposed to be 2 hours long. I got an hour of it. I want a refund, and they didn't give us a refund. They said, "Sorry, folks.
Come back again tomorrow."
Yeah. But a UFC fight, like, there's a risk. There is a risk of that happening. There is a risk. Now, there is the conspiracy theories of, well, was Conor McGregor hurt going into this fight? And Dana White was like, I don't care if you can't walk. You're getting in that ring.
Well, I guess you got to get in there and start to actually get paid if you're McGregor.
Okay.
Have you seen the video circulating around? People trying to read the lips of Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
And McGregor's knee is hurt.
Yeah.
That's what people are. Whether or not it's that or not, I just think
maybe Mel Gibson isn't like a UFC fan. I don't know. Maybe he's a big fan and he was there ringside and he realized something was up already, just from being a fan.
Or maybe because he was in Braveheart, they tell him. I mean, I know it's Ireland and Scotland, but whatever.
True.
Still, some kindred spirit. Or maybe the whole thing was a sham.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know you're right. They have to get in the ring to get paid. Conor McGregor's looking for a payday.
I know everybody's like, in the immediate after, of course, Joe Rogan's not going to sit there and have all these conspiracies, and they were talking about why would he do that kick? See, to me, as a complete novice, I've watched UFC like 2 or 3 times, and 2 of the 3 have been at the Nescatunga when they just happen to have fights. It looked, I don't know, maybe those of you on the text line 225-9698, I'm sorry, 225-9698. Maybe those of you that actually watch UFC will say, "Oh yeah, that happens." But as far as in my viewing, I've never seen somebody go out there and try to do a flying squirrel kick right off the bat. So to me, that kind of lends into the conspiracy of it even more. Like, why would he do that?
Yeah.
I mean, even like the guys afterwards, like trying to go through it, they're like, who does that? Seriously, who throws a shoe right off the bat?
Yeah.
And so that made me think, okay, his knee was hurt. I'm going to do this crazy thing. And, at first you could see him saying, let's fight. I don't know. Felt like a production a little bit to me. But like I said, I'm completely a novice. I've watched like 2 or 3 fights, 2 or 3 cards ever. So maybe not. Maybe it was all just bad luck for Conor McGregor. But it was a bummer because one of those fights, it might have been the one before the Patty fight, was awesome. A couple of them were awesome right at the first couple, and then it just sort of went out with a whimper.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it. I saw the best stuff I saw during that whole ordeal was the fireworks at the lake. That was the best show I got. But by the time I got home, the text started coming in. I was like, well, that was a dud. I mean, literally, I step out of my truck and those decks. So I was driving home when it happened. And honestly, I just forgot it was on. But I don't know. I'm not a big UFC fan. I don't mind UFC. I will watch it like you. But I'm not like, I know who some fighters are, but not all.
Oh, I don't have any idea.
But I'm not like, I know Conor McGregor. I know that. But I'm not diving into the. Yeah, like I said, there's always a risk of someone going down early in the first round.
Yeah,
there's always that risk.
I think why I asked is because of what happened. Yeah, there's a risk of somebody getting their teeth kicked in. But to do a flying squirrel kick, or whatever they called it, and tear your ACL, that's a little different.
Yeah.
There was zero satisfaction. Even the Holloway guy, you could tell he was like, let's do this again. Because I want to whip him, and I didn't get to whip him.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll take the money, though.
Of course.
I don't know. That was just, it just felt staged to me. It just did.
I think, the reason I think it feels a little staged is because Conor McGregor is at the end of his fighting career, and I don't think he's ready to admit it, but he wants to still make money from it. You know what I mean? So he's like, I'll get it in the ring, and I'll get my leg hurt, and whatever. But that's where I feel like it might be a little staged. Because he wants to go down a fighter, not as a spokesman for whiskey or something.
Which he'll probably end up being both. Hey, you want to hear? This is like
Did you ever see him in the remake of Roadhouse?
they were talking about all the guys that watch the UFC all the time were talking about.
Oh, he's brilliant in it.
Yeah.
He plays a good bad guy. I think that's what
Well, he is
can
a bad
do.
guy.
He is a bad guy.
He's like-
He played himself.
He's a genuinely bad guy.
He played
Like,
himself in this, and it was actually a fun watch. He's freaking crazy in that movie.
Do you want to? There's actually audio of me yesterday on the golf course at Nescatunga. You want to hear?
Oh
it?
yes, of course.
Oops, this is not good.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at golf.
I was holding my breath.
That was me. No, I saw it live. I was
like, oh, did he edit this?
I saw it live yesterday. Yeah, that was actually me
That's good.
right there. Except it didn't sound quite like that when it was hit, but the rest of it was about right. Now it was, just lots of. I mean, when gambling has been a big topic of a lot of things in sports, and it's always going to be.
Sure.
And then when you see something like that, it has to creep in your head. Like, wait a minute, who knew what and when?
Yeah.
Like, are Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson? What did they bet? How much did when did they bet it? If that video, if people could really read their lips, and that's what they were saying. But it was a bummer. There's no doubt, because the night before, like, I had no idea Conor McGregor was even fighting until about Tuesday or Wednesday of last week.
It was probably Friday.
Well, and here's why: because on Paramount Plus, we'll watch. Karen and I will watch a little NCIS, like old ones.
Okay.
And I promise you, every commercial break, it was on there. I was like, oh, huh. And then Paramount Plus was like, oh, if those guys want to watch it, we can just use this. And so we logged in and did it. And he's, of all the guys, I mean, he would have interested me more than most because I know who he is. And so the night before, knowing that we could watch it, we watched an old, I think, who was it? Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor 2, the second time they fought. And it was awesome. They went all 5 rounds. I mean, Conor McGregor was completely bloodied, and it was because Nate Diaz is rubbing his face on his chest because he had just pummeled him.
It's not his blood.
Yeah, that's right. And so I was expecting that, and then to get flying squirrel kick, torn ACL in 20 seconds. I'm like, what a bummer. But anyway, that was my weekend. A total bummer. The fight encapsulated everything that was the weekend. You can tell about Friday. Horse race. Kissling and I were the only team that ever won it. They started it 2 years ago. We won 2 years ago. We won last year. We were the only champs.
And this year?
I went out on the first hole because I hooked it in the trees. He punched it through the trees long of the only green you can't hit it over. And then I chipped it down there, and he missed a putt that broke about 3 feet to the right, from the left to the right. And somehow, some way, there was 9 of us teed off. 4 were going out, and there was 5 pars and 4 bogeys. And so there wasn't even chip off. We were just out. A couple of guys made some really good par putts to keep chip off from happening. But anyhow, how was that? How were the fireworks?
Very good. Bravo to the Christmas in July crew at Foss Lake. We're at my dad's, and he has a balcony that faces the east. So me and my daughter went up there to check them out, and it was it went on and on. And my daughter's like, when do we know it's over? I said, you'll know. There'll be like a spectacular finish. And when I thought that spectacular finish happened, it kept going.
That's when you know it's good.
Going and going. I mean, better part, it started right at 10, and it was about 10:15, 10:16 when it was done.
Nice.
So it was like nonstop, big boom fireworks that made us go ooh and awe for about 15 minutes. It was very good. Well done. There's a lot of question because the storm blew through, and there's more storms bubbling up, and people were like, I was looking on Facebook, people were going, are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? They did it. Show went on. Show must go on. It was cool. It was really fun. Really fun. So bravo to the crew. And bravo to Mother Nature, because not only did we get rain before that, we got rain after that. Got rain yesterday. I was still able to mow my lawn this weekend. It's nice.
That's what Kara said. She got rained on going into church yesterday.
Yeah. We were sitting in church. You could hear the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Very good.
Good weekend.
Very good. All right, when we come back here on this Rother Brothers Monday, Major League Baseball at the All-Star break. Home run derby tonight. How can we fix that, or what would make it more exciting? Also, some questions about the second half of the baseball season coming up. Skinny on Sports on the Rother Brothers Monday, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal.
Rother Brothers Equipment in Clinton is now hiring well-qualified service technicians. If you have 2 or more years of experience repairing heavy agricultural equipment, strong troubleshooting skills, and the ability to read hydraulic and electrical schematics, this could be a great fit for you. Benefits include 401k with profit sharing, 100% employee-paid health insurance with eye and dental, paid vacation, holidays, uniforms, and paid service training. This is a great earnings opportunity for qualified candidates. Apply in person at Highway 183 North in Clinton, Oklahoma. Rother Brothers Equipment.
The Skinny on Sports.
Mark, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. It is a Rother Brothers Monday, Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal. Big thank you to Mike and the gang over at Rother Brothers, Highway 183, just north of Clinton. Rother Brothers offers a variety of agricultural and outdoor power equipment that is second to none in all the great state of Oklahoma. Not a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than the one at Rother Brothers. Happy to help you find that perfect piece of equipment or the parts that you've been looking for. Great selection of each. There at Rother Brothers. Coming up Friday, Jared. Wild Plum Jam.
That's right.
It's going down Friday, Sayre City Park during this year's Dust Bowl Days celebration. Enjoy a full night of live music. Some of Red Dirt's best artists. Pat Green, Tyler Wilhelm, Casey Donahue, and Presley Hale. Get your tickets right now for $35 at KECOFM.com. $40 at the door. The gates to the Sayre City Park open at 5. Music kicks off at 6. Be sure and be there, because I've been, Joe Merrick was in here last week, but from others, JC was talking about Presley Hale, an up-and-comer. So she'll lead it off at 6. Be there for all of it. There at the Sayre City Park coming up on Friday. And then, of course, Saturday, one of my favorite events that we put on, or help put on. It's the 12th annual KECO Kids Fishing Derby, presented this year by Teddy's Glass and Window Tent. 8 o'clock, Ackley Park. Fishing from 8 till noon. We'll celebrate 250 years of American freedom. Free fishing for kids under 16. I'm not sure we're checking IDs, but under 16.
If you have facial hair, you're sorry, you can't do it.
Some
Kids, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go the facial hair route. But for free fishing for kids under 16, fish from 8 to noon. 35-plus tagged fish worth $100 each if you can catch one of those. $100 every hour for the biggest fish that's weighed in. There will be 5 lifetime Oklahoma fishing licenses. Grand prize is a guided fishing trip for 4 to Lake Texoma. Plus, that's not only that, but a $200 fuel card. We'll be giving away 40 rods and reels. Free bait by Totally Outdoors. Free T-shirts for the first 100 kids. I cannot iterate that enough. The first 100 kids. Free food and free popsicles. I think Teddy's, they're the ones cooking this year.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. That's taken up like 2 hours of my 4 the last couple of years cooking all those hot dogs on that grill. You can also, from noon to 2, enjoy Teddy's Glass and Window Tent Family Day in the Park. Let's enjoy the carousel, the putt-putt. Probably not. No registration is required, but we'll keep up with the most fish caught, the biggest fish. We'll weigh them all in, as we always do. It's the 12th annual KECO Kids Fishing Derby, presented this year by Teddy's Glass and Window Tent.
I was just checking. The weather looks great.
Yes, it does.
For Friday and Saturday.
Yes, it does.
Like Friday as high as 93, and that's very tolerable. if you're from Oklahoma, you know that's very tolerable. And then as the night goes on, it's just going to get gorgeous. And then Saturday's high is 95. And it won't be 95 in the smack dab in the middle of our fishing derby. So weather looks great. Get out and enjoy it.
That's exactly right. All right, Major League Baseball has hit the All-Star break. As we have the Home Run Derby tonight. All-Star game tomorrow. Is that only on
Netflix? Did I read that right?
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
Might check into that. I think that was a thing, like a big deal. And people were worried because, I don't know, it's going to glitch.
That's what it says. It just says 7 o'clock tonight on Netflix. Also says one of the most anticipated events of the summer. Are we sure that's true?
Who's saying that? Netflix?
It's just on the ESPN write-up.
Yeah? I mean, I know we knock soccer, but I think there's a little tournament that's probably going to take the cake on that one. That might be the most anticipated event of this summer.
I'm afraid it's not even. I'm afraid at best it's top 3 this week. Matter of fact, 4th at best this week. The game, the World Cup, and the British Open. More anticipated than the Home Run Derby, but
I anticipate the Feel Still magazine before the Home Run Derby. I'm sorry, baseball, but that's
you got to remind me of that.
I keep looking for it. I was looking.
We're going to Pawhuska. That's something we'll talk about later in the week. Have you been there?
Pawhuska?
The Pioneer Woman deal?
Oh no, my wife has. My wife has been there.
Quiz her a little bit. Get some tips.
Okay.
That's what after the fishing derby. That's where we're headed. Kara and I. Gonna go check it out.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Heard the food
her
is
and her mother
phenomenal.
went. I chose not to go, but she came back and said you would have enjoyed it. So
Kissling has went, and he said it was awesome. Very cool.
I'll ask her. For some
Said the
pointers.
food was delicious.
Well, yeah. Hey, okay, I know we're off topic, but speaking of food, you know what I made Saturday morning? Because you brought some in, and I was like, I need to make some sausage balls. But I made it. I found a recipe with Cheddar Bay biscuit mix.
Yeah, I've tried it.
You've tried that? Not a fan of it?
I didn't do it right.
Why didn't you do it right? I'm just curious.
I didn't use the packet.
Oh, see, I melted butter and mixed in the packet and then spread it on top when I was done.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do it right. You like them?
Yeah, I enjoyed them. My kids liked them.
Yeah.
There's none left, so it was good. Used blue and gold sausage, and
that is the key.
So that was I got up Saturday, and that was pretty much breakfast, but I snacked on them all day and took some leftovers to my dad's, and they were gone. But no, they were good. Anyways, brought up food. We have to talk about that. So Home Run Derby tonight. Netflix. What are some new? Do you know the rules now? I know the new one that they did. If it's like your last out,
yeah, you get to keep going.
Get to keep going till you're out. I wonder if that makes it longer. Makes the whole Home Run Derby longer. It could and it couldn't.
Isn't that the problem though?
It's too long.
You don't know the rules.
Oh, right. Oh, that's like I was saying earlier. No, it's like, for me lately, it's just turn it on in the background. I'm not sitting down at the edge of my seat watching it. But yeah, it used to be real simple.
Yeah, you get 10 outs.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I mean, you
like
hit,
a money ball.
I'm talking about way before. It wasn't even a money ball. It was just you got 10 outs and you hit them. You hit until you couldn't. And at that time, you had you kind of had, if it was the first round, you got to like 12. Maybe in order to save some strength, save some swings, you could sort of gamble and go, okay, 12, 13, that's enough. And then hope it was enough to get through the first, 4. And then it seemed like after that, it was like the semifinals were one guy, the most against the least that made it, and then the middle two. same deal. And you knew the rules. Now, I mean, is it 2 minutes still? Is it what? I don't know. And
I don't know either.
And no offense to some of these guys, but there was a time where a lot like the dunk contest, the home run contest got the best players. I mean, there was a Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Frank Thomas home run derby. You know what I mean? Like back in the 90s.
Right.
This year, it's Kyle Schwarber, Ben Rice, Junior Caminero, Jordan Walker, Bryce Harper, Wilson Contreras, Munetaka Murakami, and Jack Caglione. Can I just get a meh?
Yeah, you maybe know 3 of those guys. Schwarber, Harper.
And I'm sure Harper's doing it because the game's in Philly. Schwarber would probably be there anyways. Caglione, just from knowing who he is, I mean, he could hit some moonshots. What would make it better?
Well, names. If you knew who was in there, if it was name, your.
And there's been times where there's been times where that's happened.
Sure, and that's why the slam dunk contest was good back in the day because you knew who was in it. Now it's like, who are these guys?
I mean, even lately, I mean, there's been the guys you want to see in it.
Yeah, simplifying the rules definitely helps, and a consistent carryover of rules year to year instead of constantly changing it. Because then it's like, wait, I thought that was a rule. No, they changed that rule. Oh, darn. Well, and people just lose interest in it. So that's a couple things for me. Is it too long? I mean, that's sometimes it can be because these guys are just get on a roll, and it's smack, 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 and that is the fun part about home run derby is seeing guys get on a roll and seeing how hard and how long they can hit it. But yeah, is there a way that we need to speed it up? I think they've tried that with these different rules. I think ultimately, though, just kind of just go back to basics, make it simpler. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Basics. I mean, did you hear what Bryce Harper said?
No. What do you say?
Give him aluminum bats.
Oh my! No, that's a horrible idea. I mean, the pitcher would have to have protective armor on behind the net. People in the front row, well, forget the front row in the outfield because it'll go probably about 20 rows into the outfield. They would need,
if they barely hit it.
It would be missiles into the stands.
Yeah.
Those kids out in the field, look out. That's a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea.
Are we sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Are we sure it's a horrible idea?
Pretty sure.
I can't decide. I understand the risk. I totally understand the risk of what could happen. But what about the reward of what could happen?
Oh.
What if Schwarber hit one out of the stadium?
Probably very possible.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah. Imagine, what year was it?
Well, here's
the one where Hamilton just went nuts.
I was going to say
if he had a metal bat.
I was going to say that earlier.
Because he damn near hit it out of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Hamilton's one that almost ruined this because he hit so many. It's like then it was like, oh, this is possible. Now let's change the, you know what I mean? Because that was the old normal rules, and he was just launching them, like genuinely thought he was going to hit it out of the stadium.
He was trying, and
he didn't even.
The crowd was rooting for that to happen.
And you know what's crazy is, if you remember, I didn't win.
No, he didn't. He let it all out. Now I think that was his opening round. Yeah. And they said that too. He said, and they talk about that in home run derbies. You can't use too much energy just to get out of the first round.
It was fantastic.
Oh, but that's still something everybody talks about, though. That's the cool thing about the home run derby. It's still still talked about. There are those memories made right there.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee you people go, I don't remember what the rules were. They just remember Hamilton going nuts.
And he did go nuts.
Yeah. I will watch tonight. And
that was the first one where it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He hit how many? 27 home runs?
I can't remember.
It was nuts.
Was nuts. It was fun, and it was nuts.
It was fun. It was fun.
That summer for him was crazy.
And it's a lot more fun. I don't know, for me, if a guy hit 27 and they were just scraping the wall, half of them or 3/4 of them.
Yeah.
His were like, as soon as he hit it, you're wondering, okay, is this getting out of the stadium?
Yeah.
Just bombs. What team leading their division at the All-Star break will not win their division?
Well, there's a couple here, but I think most likely is the Texas Rangers. They're playing good. Obviously, I'm hyper-focused in on them. I'm a Ranger fan. When healthy, they're good. Langford's back, they're good. They took a series from Houston, much needed, this weekend. But just a game and a half ahead of Seattle. You just got to think Seattle's going to turn it on here later in the season. So that's for me, the most obvious. And then right there's the White Sox. Are we really going to believe the Central leading White Sox can hold on and win their division? Hard to see when Cleveland's right there too, tied with them, by the way. So White Sox, it's a nice story, and it gives everybody in baseball hope. If you're named the Rockies or the Dodgers, that you could probably put it together in a short amount of time and lead your division at the All-Star break after historically bad seasons. But I think the West is because I just like Seattle a little better in the West. But yeah, the White Sox though. I'll say White Sox and then Rangers. I don't think they win their divisions in that order. How about you?
Yeah, both of those I think are. Excuse me. I think both of those would fit into the narrative that we thought going into the season better. But the White Sox are plus 35 in run differential, whereas the Guardians are minus 2. On the other side, Texas is leading the division at minus 15, Seattle plus 16. So there's not, there's 30-something runs between those.
Yeah, those analytics will tell you that pendulum will swing in favor
eventually,
of Seattle. Yeah.
Right. And maybe stay with the White Sox. The one that I thought. And part of it is because of how this lead has shrunk as we've gotten closer to the All-Star break. I think Philadelphia is going to overtake Atlanta. There was a point where Atlanta was ahead 7 or 8 games with the start that they had, and now it feels like things are evening out a little bit for Philly. But if you look at that run differential, Philly's minus 10, Atlanta plus 92. So that would sort of tell you maybe that won't happen. But just the way that Philadelphia has just gradually reeled Atlanta in as we've approached the All-Star break, I would maybe lean that way.
Are you allergic to baseball or
I may be. Scott may be right. Maybe these text messages I'm getting just make me allergic.
Final note on the Rangers. They've been doing this injured, which is kind of astounding. Leading the division at the break, where they've had all these injuries. Corey Seager's still out. White Langford back, but had been injured. DeGrom was a scratch yesterday. They just said, let's just not play him, and hopefully we can get him through the All-Star break and get him healthy for a run through the rest of the season. So there is hope there if you're a Texas Rangers fan. If they can get healthy, they could very well win. I mean, they'll be if they're healthy, and I said at the beginning of the year, I think they're one of the better teams in that division if healthy. So they're trying that path to get healthy. Trade deadline's going to change a lot of things too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see a lot of buyers and sellers that are going to change all this. Who's going to go for it? Who's going to sell and say let's just scratch it and move on? That'll let's maybe ask this question after the trade deadline. Who do we think is going to lead or win their division?
Yeah, that's definitely going to shake things up.
So did you watch the Futures game? Were you able to watch it? So
No.
I'll tell you, it's going to replay today at 11 on the MLB Network if those are interested, wanting to watch it and check out Kash Mayfield and Eli Willis both there. I had a friend who was at the game, sent me a little video of his seats. He was way up in the nosebleeds, but tell me I got to see these guys play, so that's cool, man. And big day for the Willits family yesterday. Not only Eli playing, but Jackson Willits getting drafted to the Angels. So big day for Oklahoma baseball players.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm over here dying.
You're fighting the sneezes?
No, it was. It was cool. So 11. Oh, my gosh. 11 on the MLB Network. Boy, this is live radio at its finest. All right, when we come back, wrap up the show. World Cup is in the semis.
Allergy medicine. Sounds like you got a case of the Mondays.
Yeah, where's Jimmy when you need him with that allergy pill? We'll be back. Skinny on Sports under Rother Brothers Monday.
Rother Brothers Equipment in Clinton is now hiring well-qualified service technicians. If you have 2 or more years of experience repairing heavy agricultural equipment, strong troubleshooting skills, and the ability to read hydraulic and electrical schematics, this could be a great fit for you. Benefits include 401k with profit sharing, 100% employee paid health insurance with eye and dental, paid vacation, holidays, uniforms, and paid service training. This is a great earnings opportunity for qualified candidates. Apply in person at Highway 183 North in Clinton, Oklahoma. Rother Brothers Equipment.
The Skinny on Sports.
Yeah, they say this guy scratches himself better than he throws a ball.
Man, it's gone down in the tubes here.
Like some Allegra or something.
What's that?
Allegra? Isn't that an allergy pill? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Oh, clearly you don't know about allergy pills because you're over there.
No. Claritin?
Claritin, maybe.
Is that one?
Maybe I'm wrong. Allergy relief treatment, Allegra.
Allegra.
Yeah.
You know what?
Claritin.
You know,
do you ever use the nasal spray stuff?
No.
Any of that? No?
Only to keep my nose from bleeding when it starts bleeding, to like moisten it.
Yeah.
You know what I think of when I hear Allegra?
What?
A movie.
Hitch?
Yep.
Yep. That was the girl's name, wasn't it?
Got it. Allegra Cole.
Yep.
Wasn't
Allegra
it?
Cole. That's right.
That's what I think of when I hear that. Wrapping up at Rother Brothers Monday. Thank you to the gang over at Rother Brothers. Highway 183, just north of Clinton, east side of the road there. Rother Brothers. All kinds of different. Don't forget the Yoder grills. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a pellet smoker, I would steer you toward the Yoder for sure. It's awesome. Just make sure you put your pellets in a safe place. World Cup semifinals coming up this week. Tomorrow. Hey, I mean, we had the argument Friday with Scott about how, it's soccer's this
By the way, I owe him an apology.
important.
It's not the 5th.
4th.
It is 4th.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Congratulations, you're more popular than hockey.
Yeah, whatever. You know how I know it's not, though?
How?
It still has leaps and bounds to go. You know what time that Spain-France game is? Here in the United States of America?
Wait, what day is it?
Where? Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? Is it 2 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock for Spain-France.
What time is it in Spain and or France?
That's why.
It accommodates their
It
time.
accommodates their time. Now,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, Jared. Have you ever seen a World Cup anywhere else accommodate the times for us?
No.
Didn't think so.
If we had won and had to play Spain, it still would have been a 2 o'clock game, which would have been more accommodating to the Spaniards than us, right? 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. I think I'd much rather have that thing at 7 o'clock on Friday night if it was the Americans versus Spain.
Honestly, I don't blame them. Because it was tomorrow night, they don't want to go up against the MLB All-Star Game.
Touche.
I get it.
I mean, it is more popular than soccer in
get
America.
It. I totally get it. No, but I mean it's another thing that shows you like, okay, if it was as popular as it is, it just shows you it's more popular around the world than it is here because the game's at 2:00 where it's being played, in the country it's being played in, that's been having monster television ratings. You cannot deny that, and yet. It's still going to be at 2:00 our time.
When I was at Dad's, I still had that Argentina game. We had it on. Argentina and Switzerland. Yeah, I had it on. It was on. People were watching it, paying attention.
I mean, the final is 2:00 Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's to accommodate Europe. It's a better time for you. It's prime time in Europe, not here. Anyway.
So the final saying on this, is it the most popular sport in the world? Yes.
1,000,000%.
Is it the most popular sport in America? No.
It's just another example of why it's not. Because I don't know that I've ever seen this. Where the television times or the game times in the host country are manipulated for others.
Yeah.
It's also I know they weren't too worried about the U.S. being involved.
No.
This late.
Now, if it's the World Baseball Classic in Japan, I'm sure it would probably be the other way around. We need to make it where the Americans can see this at 7 p.m. So that'd be whatever time they are. Yeah, in the afternoon or early morning maybe in Japan. But it is what it is. We're not knocking soccer. That's just the reality of it.
It is. It's just the reality of what's going on and where it's got to get to. You mentioned the Futures Game that Kash Mayfield, Eli Willits took a part of yesterday. The Major League Baseball Futures All-Star Game there in Philly. What a cool honor. For him to be there. Cash threw an inning, gave up a hit and a run to 5 batters. I never even looked to see what Willits did at the plate. I totally spaced on that one.
Yeah, me too. I was at church when it was going on. I'm efforting a box score as we speak.
I found one earlier.
Looks like Willits when he did not get a hit. One official at bat. Got walked.
There you go. So cool stuff there for them. Back to Friday at the Trans Miss Amateur that was being played at Southern Hills. Parker Sands had a 2-shot lead over Ryder Cowan going into the final round. Of course, Ryder, a whirlwind summer so far. With that top 23rd place finish, tied 23rd at the U.S. Open as an amateur, went over, played the Palmer Cup in Ireland, then came back last week and played over at Southern Hills in the Trans Miss, 122nd playing of that Trans Miss. Parker Sands shoots a 1 over par 72, but it's good enough. So he wins by 2 shots over Cowan and Hugo Thier, Thyr. So but another great finish for Ryder. And a T2. Doubt they have the World Golf Amateur rankings updated just yet with that finish, but he's already in the top 10. And then that, one of the most prestigious amateur events out there, I would imagine he would move right on up again. Yeah, there he is at 9th. Hang on a second. Yeah, 9th there. Without that result isn't calculated. He moved up one because they finally got Jackson Coyven off the list since he's a pro now. So that's pretty amazing. Got an all-star in the minor league, the Futures Game for the MLB, and one of the top 10 amateurs in the world all hailing right here. So, anything else?
About wraps up the weekend. like you said, looking forward to, and we are looking forward. Everyone's going to think, oh, you guys hate soccer. I'm looking forward to the semifinals and the finals. Totally am. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to the home run derby tonight. Kind of a light week in sports, if you think about it. And not a lot of baseball. Obviously, just the All-Star week, so they'll be off for the rest of the week. So soccer will be primary focus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the British Open.
It is British Open week.
It is British Open.
Well, I failed to realize that, so that's
Royal Birkdale. It's where the British Open's at. Interesting list of winners at Royal Birkdale. A really good group of winners at Royal Birkdale. Also, we have 2 wristbands to the Wild Plum Jam. Got to figure out what's the best way to give those away.
Money. If people want them, they can just bribe us.
Oh, there you go. Didn't even think about that.
And we will, quote unquote, give them away to the highest bidder.
I've always liked, the trivia question route.
I do too.
The winners of this: Peter Thompson, Palmer at Royal Birkdale, Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino, Johnny Miller, Seve, Tom Watson, Marco Mira, Podrick Harrington, Jordan Spieth. That's a great list of winners. Then you got Ian Baker Finch worked in there. This is back in 1998 when Marco Mira won. You know who the first time this guy burst on the scene? Still playing to this day.
Who?
As a 17-year-old amateur, it was Justin Rose.
Oh, wow.
He holed out on the last hole to tie for 4th. Wearing a red sweater. Oh, you got to go look at that. Look at the difference between Justin Rose at 17 in 1998 and now. You still recognize him, but he's a lot different looking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I'll do some research. This is one of those courses. Like, I remember, Greg Norman at 53 years old had the lead going into the final round in 2008 before Podrick Harrington overtook him.
I need to address a rumor.
Okay.
No, Russell Westbrook is not signing with the Thunder.
I was asked that question this weekend. I was like, what?
That's not happening. It'd be a cool story if he did a one-day sign and he retired as a Thunder, but it would be a complete boneheaded mistake to bring him on even for a one-year league minimum deal. It's not what this team needs. That's not happening.
I don't think so.
There's heavy rumors of him in the Heat if LeBron does not go to the Heat.
Still waiting on LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron's he loves this. He loves this.
Just go to Cleveland, LeBron. We all know you are.
Get it done.
Boy, Thunder Twitter doesn't like Adai Mara. It's Summer League.
Give me a break. It's Summer League. Don't look at the results.
Presty, bust.
There's
the deepest draft ever, and we got 2 lemons. Everybody have a great Rother Brothers Monday.
You've been listening to the Skinny on Sports podcast with Aaron Cow. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get alerts of when the latest podcast is available. Thanks for listening.
That ball